Okay. Hello, world. We're here. We're here. We're definitely here. Honestly,
We're back. This
we we
time,
are
for
we are
sure.
here.
This time, Mark
Isn't it?
actually clicked record. So
I did.
I
I
think
did.
it's recording. He did.
Yes.
He's
It
saying he
is
did.
now. Yes.
Although I'm not sure if I should trust him because every time this happened, he's like, yeah, definitely it's recording. Hour in.
So Oppie,
Oh,
I hear that you're deaf in one ear.
oh yeah, back to being deaf in 1 year. It's great. I went for a friend's birthday to a sauna, and it was beautiful to be able to go to a sauna, and we had to hire out the whole place, but because that's the only way that they can do the social distancing.
Oh wow. So
Um,
you hired the whole sauna.
yeah,
How much did that cost?
I don't know. I wasn't the one that did it,
That's awesome.
but yeah, I went there and everything was good, and then I went swimming in their pool, and I felt like, oh, I'm getting another ear infection, so I used the eardrops that I have here, and they have a chemical in them that's meant to actually, it's a numbing agent for your ear,
Ah, I got you. And you
and to
allergic
numb
to
the
it?
pain. I'm allergic to it. It does the opposite. It gives me excruciating pain in my ear, and then it makes it so I can't hear. So I only
Oh,
did it once, and I found out that I had the same pain as last time. And I was like, oh, maybe I won't do that. And it doesn't hurt anymore, but I can't hear. So I'm just
well,
waiting for it to hear again.
at
At least it
least
doesn't hurt. I am
at
in
least we
no pain.
figured that out. It looks.
I'm in a show right now.
Don't worry,
Anxiety.
I will put something specially over that part. Okay, Valentino, you are coming in for covering up the family. So everybody, if you see a spot Valentino, click the like button. Every time you spot Valentino, that means Hoppy's family's about.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted to say, because we're about good news and everything,
Ah,
and everyone knows that I've been making wine. Like, we have a cabinet which is all full of fermentation at the moment. I'm gonna
that's
put my
awesome.
other ear in.
Yeah.
Technically I shouldn't, but whatever. Um, the wine was a success.
Oh, well,
The
send me
the white
pictures,
wine,
Hoppy.
well, it's already drunk.
So, so, ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to show you Hoppy Reese's wine, but due to circumstances of unforeseen circumstances, Hoppy Reese just drank it all instead.
Well, no, it was like Ika and Leela, absolute. Well,
He's
yeah,
now blaming the family, and that I'm sure he's actually the one that drunk it all.
I drank a few glasses,
I know
but it was
Hoppy.
it was good.
I know
It
Hoppy
was
from
good.
his past. If he drinks one, it goes to two, then three, then four, then five, then 15, 20, 30, until he falls down. But usually he don't fall down because he can. I usually fall asleep before then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God, terrible. Although I haven't, I honest to God, and except for the wine, I haven't drunk since I've been here.
So wait a minute. So we're now on to episode 3 of Hoppy Reese, saying that he never drunk before until then, but I'm sure there was a big ass coconut in the last Shooby Doo. Doesn't that count as a drink?
Drink wine or alcohol, I should say. Come on now, we know what we're talking about. But I do have another 2 bottles of wine in the fridge,
Uh,
almost ready to go. Tomorrow they'll be ready, so I'll take two. I'll take a photo of those ones when they're
yes,
ready.
please. Take
And
a
because
take a
they're out of
picture of
coconut,
it.
they're a little bit white, but
Yeah, yeah.
they should get to a brownish clear.
That's awesome. That's
because of
fantastic
sugar
news, Happy. I'm
music.
right happy that it worked.
Oh, me too. It's wonderful. And like the coconuts are so big that one coconut fills both of these both of these bottles. So one
So,
coconut is 2 liters.
that's fantastic. I love it. I can't wait. Uh, and you've heard Happy. So we're going through happy times and unsteady times for some people.
Yeah,
Lockdown is slowly coming down to an ease in
to an
lots of
end.
countries and different areas. Hopefully, next 2 or 3 weeks we'll start to know more, and the world's coming out. I've even booked in for an haircut.
Oh, very
That
good.
so
Getting
in
a haircut, so the
it
hairdressers aren't going to be standing away from you with long scissors and
well, we'll see when I get there.
keep
it
your
could be that
distance.
way. but you don't have to book the whole salon to get your hair cut, so that's the good news.
That's good. That is good. Um, that is very good news.
I like
I'm
your
actually,
sauna
I'm actually
idea.
gonna. Huh?
I
Oh
like
yeah,
your
it was
sauna idea.
for a
Let's
birthday
just
party.
hire
It
the
was
sauna
perfect.
out and have a sauna. Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, it was great because there was only about 10 of us, but yeah, or maybe
Ah,
less. But yeah, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
perfect. It's like hire it out. You got it all to yourself, and
Oh, it's fantastic. And
yeah,
how long did you hire it out for?
from 6 till 9.
Oh, so you had a good
Yeah,
3 hours.
yeah, good 3 hours.
That's great,
Yeah,
Hopper.
it was
That's
beautiful,
fantastic.
really, really nice. Um, yeah, so I'm sorry about us being able to do that, but
Oh
it
well,
was very.
that's actually
I
good because you didn't do anything against it. It were really good.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it was good, perfect, except for my ear. That's the.
well, that's it. Will get better. I'm sure it will.
Oh, it will, it will. I'll be able to hear hopefully in the next 3 days.
And
Um,
on some good news here in Canada, that in
yes,
Victoria, Hopper. So the Canadian government buys hotels to house the homeless people, and the daftest part is, they class it as good news. I don't know if it's good news or not, but they also rehired the workers of the hotel, which is interesting. But I don't know how that's going to work because it's full of the homeless.
yeah, because they're
But
not going to be paying anything.
but they're
But
actually
but
saying
that's
that
that's good,
they might keep it this way. The government.
huh?
So it says here the British Columbian government has managed to provide the housing for more than 200 homeless Canadians while simultaneously bringing economic support to struggling hotels during the COVID-19 crisis. This week, provincial blah, blah, yes.
He'll get there. Don't worry.
purchased a comfort. They purchased a
Oh, he'll just
comforting
skip the
hotel
word
in Victoria.
entirely. Just skip the word entirely. If you don't
Yeah,
get it,
yeah. Well, that's
everyone else.
right. shh, shh. Don't tell everybody.
Don't laugh at him. He's very sensitive.
So they bought the Comfort Inn Hotel in Victoria for 18.5 million as a means of sheltering homeless people living in streets encampments amidst the pandemic. In addition to the hotels being equipped with 65 rooms for temporary accommodations, the promise also rehiring laid-off hotel workers to help manage the facilities. And the thing is, they are thinking about keeping it like this, and they actually might be looking at actually catering for the homeless, which they should have done a long time ago in my eyes. But
Totally should have.
I just don't know about the
And then
rehiring of the
that will
staff.
probably
I
give
don't know.
a avenue for people to stop doing drugs, because like a lot of the homeless people that I've spoken to, I guess a lot of you out there don't actually know me, or actually a lot of you do know me because this is a very small channel. But um,
It's a small channel. In a big world.
in a big world, where that little fish in that small in a giant container, so we can grow. You know they say goldfish grow to the size of their tank. So
That's right. Oh,
don't worry,
oh, oh. We
we're
could
going to
even
grow to
have
the
a.
size of.
Oh, we could even have a grow bag.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
So,
don't know how
so
that
the
would work for us.
so I
We're going to
bought
put our
these,
show in a grow bag just for the time being,
and
as in like
it's not,
we make
it's not,
our
it's not, it's not an head cover. I promise you.
hostage
It's
hostage. We're
it's
making our
actually
next
it's
hostage
actually a
video.
potato bag.
Potato bag.
Yeah, yeah. So you put your soil in and you put your potato in, and then as it grows, you lift off. You lift off here. There's like a little pocket here, and you pull this apart, and then you grab your potatoes
Epic.
from inside the bag. That
That is
so
that is a
so
genius plan.
this is the next thing. I've got 4 of them.
I am totally going to get some of those because potatoes overtake any garden. So to do it
Oh
like
yeah,
that would be epic.
finding that out up here.
But anyways, what I was going to say was I used to always go down to, I don't know, anytime I see a homeless person on the street, I would usually buy them some food or cater to them and have a conversation with them and try and understand what their story is and how they got to be on the street.
And
Yes.
Shooby-Doo World, that is a true statement. I can vouch for that.
Yeah. That's who I am. I want to know who you are, and there's no judgment on how you ended up there, because who knows? I don't know your story, and if you were put in their shoes, you would probably end up, actually you would, because you would be them, you would be in the exact same scenario. So anyways, everything else aside, I would always talk to them, and a lot of them, because they were afraid of their stuff getting stolen, they would end up going to drugs to keep them awake all night long, so that nothing would be stolen. And so that's how the addiction to drugs and then that dependency started, was actually a fear of losing the little belongings that they have.
That is true.
So by putting them up into hotels and having their own space and being able to lock their own doors, and there might be a way of weaning them off of that and getting them
That's true.
not dependent. At least a few of them.
I think it's great. I just don't know how I feel about, like, I'm happy for the original workers to actually go back into the hotel, but are they equipped for this kind of a thing? That I don't know.
That's also, they're going to have people. Well, the people who work in those centres to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just such great news. I really put my arms up to BC for actually doing that.
Especially in Vancouver, like that needs. Yeah.
If you'd have seen if you'd have seen one street where we lived on, you'd have laughed, because it was just tents on one side, tents on another side. They were caged in like animals, and it was just all the way down. And where all the businesses had shut down, there were a tent in every doorway, going all the way down this one street.
In Vancouver?
No, on Island in Victoria. Unbelievable, I'll tell you.
We've lost you. No.
No, I'm here. I'm still moving, and you're moving, so we're good. The recording's good on this side.
It's back. Yes.
And the other good thing, because I wanted to talk about that, because I feel like the lockdown's coming to an end. Some people are feeling like it's too short, it's going too quick, because there's no cure, there's no thingy. And I do understand I do understand that they've got to keep the world running, and that. So it's a difficult time and a thingy, but it's an exciting time. But like I looked at, what did I do in this lockdown? What have we been doing? And my favourite is escape rooms. You know that I love escape rooms. And the good thing is, Hopper, and I think you've definitely frozen, Hopper. Hello, Hopper. We're back.
Hello. Oh, what
Just give
happened
it.
there?
Our internet went, and that Kyle went downstairs and restarted it.
Explains it. Because I was like, I'm good on my end. Everything was good on my end.
Yeah. But anyway, so Hopper, what I was talking about is that through this time, that we were looking back at what we like to do, and as you know, I love escape rooms. Right, and
Oh, yeah.
and Hopper, it's clear as a bell now. You're like a pristine clear. It's unbelievable.
Clear as a what?
Clear as a bell. I'll tell you this. You are so clear. It's unreal. It is. It's unreal. So anyway, we have these sent to us every month. And it's called Finders Seekers. And it's escape rooms. That they send you have to figure it out. You use the internet and everything, and they're great. But then I found one, and it's called Mobile Escape. And this is it, Hopper. Hopper, are you there?
Reconnecting.
Oh, Hopper, we're there. We're there.
There we go.
Okay.
Outside.
Great.
We're there.
Hopper,
We're there.
We're back.
We're there.
So Hopper,
Yes.
going back to escape rooms, right? And I just showed you the Finders Keepers that we've done, but this one, it's called Mobile Escape Room, and they send you. It's called Mail Escape Room. They send it you through mail. It's just a letter, like this, and then it's got an inside it. It's got loads of things for you to solve, and Hopper, the best escape room ever. Fantastic. That I tell everybody, if you're out there and you want to do something, get this mobile escape room and try it, because it's worth every penny. That so epic.
Mobile escape room. I will definitely have to try and get that. Although I doubt they would send it over here.
That could be. Might take them a while.
By that time, we'll be out.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to come and give it you. Here you are, up here.
Here you go.
We'll have a beer together. Oh, that's funny. And on that news, up here, that you won't believe it, but hundreds of cities worldwide, right? They're making streets into cycling and pedestrian walkways with plans to keep them that way. So
streets into pedestrian walkways.
Yeah, so they're actually cutting out. They've already started in Vancouver. So wide roads, they're making them smaller and making wider roads so people can social distance. And they're actually, and it's actually happening. They could keep it this way. It says here, with greenhouse gas emissions set to decline, the record-breaking 8% this year, a happy accident of novel coronavirus pandemic it's been a positive impact on cities. The World Health Organization says walking and cycling are considered the safest means of transport to reduce exposure to the COVID-19. So cities around the world have been building new cycling paths and scaling up the Car Free Streets initiatives. And now it looks like many of these environmentally friendly changes will be permanent, which is great. I think it's great news. I love it. Car riders might not love it, but I think it's great.
No, exactly. Anyone who's driving a car is going to hate
absolutely.
this. But I like the idea of being able to ride everywhere.
Oh, fantastic! And Colombia is above the game. They're the first. They're really on a head start. That
in Colombia.
Yeah, in Colombia. So they're on a head start. With the virus began to spread in the city in mid-March. The city had an existing tradition called a ciclovia, where it closed its main roads to cars every Sunday. Mayor Claudia Lopez decided to scale the program up, and according to one report, within days, Bogota opened nearly 47 miles of new temporary bike routes, adding to 340 miles of paved protected path, and converted almost 17 miles of automobile lanes to bike routes overnight.
Wow. That's quite a trek to get to work. Imagine if your work's on one end of the track and you got to get to the other end.
Absolutely, get a bike.
Well, yeah, definitely get a bike and start waking up at 3 a.m. to get there for 6.
Well, at least it's nice weather.
I would hope so.
Well, you're in Colombia. How cold can it get?
Well, yeah, I'm meaning more the rain.
well, Paris.
They do have rain.
Paris have followed.
They do get rain sometimes.
They get it bad. Every time I've been, it's been saying? Good.
That's true.
But Paris is following them. France is following them. Italy's following them. Hungary, Budapest, Hungary, constructed temporary cycle lanes throughout their current due to last until September, and the city has signalled a preference to leave them in place. So even though they might be till September, they could be there for good.
They could be there for good.
Yeah, so this is great.
I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with, like, flights. How are people going to travel around with flights?
Absolutely.
Because that's the part that worries me.
Well, according to all the news that I've been reading up on it, and that with flights, and to everybody, this is only what I've been reading. It's there's a lot of fake news out there. There's a lot of rubbish and a lot of mixed tokens about flights. That are people saying they've took the middle seat out. They're doing all this. I don't know if they're actually taking the middle seat out. They might not be. Selling the middle seat. But I feel that they're keeping the middle seat there. But they're saying that it's just going to be less people on the plane with the masks, and every plane's going to have masks, going to have sanitizer, and they're going to keep it as clean as possible. The only issue that we have with all this, and I think it's great that what they're doing, is how do they do the bathroom? Because apparently when you sit down, and you've been on one of planes when this first started, remember when you flew over, they were just you on the plane?
Yeah.
And that's great. Going to the bathroom when there's only you on a plane, fantastic. But now you've got 20 people on a plane.
Yeah, right.
And say
20 people are going to go to the bathroom. It's like, that's just what happens.
Especially if you're on a long haul and you need to go to the toilet. And I've heard that you can't get, when one person's in the toilet, there's no standing or waiting, you have to go and sit back down. So how do you then know who's the next in line? Because as soon as that door goes open, or it goes from red to green, it goes ding, you're going to see everybody go, whoop! And whoever gets there first wins. And then you all go back down and sit back down and wait again, and you all be there waiting.
Oh, that is a nightmare.
So that's the only thing.
Why don't they just do the social distance standing rather than, like, in a line? You're in a line, but you just stand a little bit further away.
So I really don't know how they're going to do it. The only other thing I thought of up there was when you want to go to the toilet, you press a button, so that tells them that you want toilet, and then they have like do you know like what they have for these phone operators with the plug sockets? They might have one of them saying, okay, T4's next, that B4 or BF or BG or DA, okay, and they just send you a message saying you are the fourth person in line. We'll let you know.
Or I was thinking, what if they just have like a little sheet on the door, and you just write down your name?
Yeah. Just make sure that everybody can read it.
Yeah, I'm out. I won't be going to the toilet.
Imagine Yeah, imagine if you're from a,
Hoppy.
imagine from another,
Ah, we'll
you're
just
from
go to the
another
next.
country. So imagine if you're from that longest country in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's so
Can I have another?
true.
Can I
If
have
they
another
don't,
sheet of paper? My name's not. My name's too big for this.
doesn't quite fit on. Um,
No, no,
sure.
no. I really don't know how planes is going to work. But it is getting exciting up here because they're saying I think it's middle of June. The 15th of June is when the big number comes for plane flying.
15th
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
June.
Now that don't mean that we're flying out on 15th of
Ooh,
June. It just means that they're getting ready for it, and by end of June we could be good.
there should be flights. But what I'm concerned about, less of the actual flying, more of the security checks and everything that requires you
Oh
to
yeah,
fly. Um,
I think.
everything that they're going to go through to get you on there. Like I was doing a little bit of research on Bill Gates again, and that that that
He's in
dude, he
Australia,
just
isn't he? I think he's hiding there.
anyways, he he's doing research on vaccines at the moment, which that's kind of what they've been about for a long time
Yeah.
now. Um, is vaccinating they want to vaccinate the entire population. But what they're doing research on is basically it's so it's a dissolvable vaccine. So it basically has dissolvable pins, and you just push it in, and then you pull it away, and then they stay there and they dissolve into your bloodstream. Um, but what they also leave behind is basically a tattoo, invisible tattoo that phones and things can actually see.
Okay, got you.
And for those people who don't want to get it, what does that mean?
Well, it's going to be one of them things up here.
Does that mean you just don't travel, or
Could be. We don't.
like
You got to remember this is just.
that's more
You
what I'm
got to
worried
remember
about.
this is just one scenario of what's happening. That in England at minute they're doing tests on 40,000 people with a new drug, and a drug that can kill you,
Oh yeah,
and they're
yeah,
testing
yeah.
now. So it could be out yet up here. It's all up in air. None of that's real. A lot of it's fake news. Remember, a lot of this info that we're getting from lots of which you think's a good source is actually a load of blare up. That because there's that
Yeah.
many things that we've heard of llamas being involved in something to do with their spit or whatever it is, whatever they're doing, and that can actually cure you.
Come on, guys.
That you say, oh, you just sounded like a llama then.
Hey, you know what? I've been practicing this animal game. We should get
Are you
this
on
going.
Animal Crossing?
1, 2, 3. No. Um,
But that's great. But
here we go.
so I
Heads
think
up. Heads up.
I think
Animal
I
Crossing.
think you're gonna be I think you're gonna be good up here. That like I says, come 1st of June, we're gonna get a lot of info, and come 15th of June, I reckon we're gonna be in a world of the new normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is. That we'll
Yeah.
see.
And
We'll see
that's
when this
yeah.
goes out because I reckon that's going to be close to that date. Because I've got a lot of editing to do on this one. This is going to kill me.
This one.
Well, yeah, because I've just left it recording because I thought, well, if I leave it recording, I can just cut out the blank bits from where it cut out with internet. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
fine.
So I can just like put it up and then I
Yeah,
can
you'll be
start doing
fine.
it.
You'll be good.
Oh,
You got this. You got this. Oh man, I talking about editing. I edited on Premiere Pro. I edited my mum's yoga video
Nice.
in high definition, everything, and I was exporting it. I'm like, yes, I did it on the day that it needs to be done. I just now need to export it, and I can send it to her.
Oh, fantastic.
And it goes 13 hours.
13 hours?
Ah!
What did you do? We'll leave it on all day?
I left it on all day, yeah. Left it on all night. It exported half of the video, and then I was like, okay, that's good. I got half of the video. Tried to export the other half. Then it goes, my computer's out of storage.
That's a nightmare.
Oh,
I know that feeling.
Such a nightmare. And you're like, oh my God, okay. I got to find another way of exporting. Anyway, I found out my problem. It was okay. I had it on a Apple setting for exporting for high definition on Apples.
Okay.
Rather than exporting to YouTube. Anyways.
No, that's great.
Doesn't.
But up it. Let's.
Basically, it was 140 gigs.
That's awesome. 140 gigs. See, that's just...
Good luck sending that to anyone. You can't send that to anyone if you're like... You're better off just being like, here's my hard drive.
That just wraps everything up that we do. Nothing ever goes easy. We know that.
Nothing's like, it's like, good, done. Not done.
Never does happen. It never does. It's like, oh, what's happening to me? The world's coming down. Oh, I love it. And on that note, let's say goodbye to everybody while we've got good connection to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, world.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, world. I will chop my hair tomorrow.
Are you going to chop your hair tomorrow? So the next time I might see you with a new haircut. Mine's
maybe. I've been growing my beard so that I can get it properly cut. It's not how I want to keep.
I'm booked in for 2nd of June.
2nd of June.
Oh. So that's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's not bad. It's actually, honest, your hair's looking good.
Yeah, thanks. And definitely on that note, everybody out there, subscribe. We love you loads. Ciao, ciao. We love you.
Yes. Ciao. Bye-bye.
In preparation for our return to flying from July, Ryanair has put in place some new measures to protect the health of our guests and our people and prevent the spread of COVID-19. Please check in online, download your boarding pass, and where possible choose priority and 2 cabin bags. Remember to check your temperature before travelling. It may also be checked at the airport, and if you don't pass this, you will be asked to return home. Wear a face mask or covering at all times, both in the airport and on board your flight. If you are checking in a bag, use our automated kiosk and deposit your bag at the bag drop desk. Use Fast Track where possible to limit your queuing time at security. Make sure to use hand sanitizers or hand wash as you pass through the airport, and where possible, try to maintain some distance from other passengers. Please don't queue at the boarding gate, as priority passengers will be boarded first. And there should be no dwelling in the boarding stairwells or air bridges. Have your passport open and scan your boarding pass to limit your contact. Be assured that all Ryanair aircraft are professionally cleaned and disinfected on a daily basis, which is effective for more than 24 hours. Our aircraft are fitted with state-of-the-art air filtration systems which operate to hospital standards. We will have a limited in-flight service on board our flights, consisting of wrapped snacks, drinks, and sales will be cashless only to limit physical contact. Queuing for toilets will not be permitted, and we ask passengers to remain seated at all times with their seatbelt fastened. On arrival, we ask you to keep your face mask on until you have left the airport terminal. Try to maintain some social distancing as you pass through the airport and at the baggage carousel if you are collecting a bag. At Ryanair, we are doing everything we can to get back flying. so we can reunite friends and family, allow people to return to work and begin to restart Europe's tourism industry. Thank you for flying with Ryanair and for following these new health measures, which are to promote the welfare of our guests and our people.